Thank you for coming to my little tropical farm. We moved to this small farm in Panama from Los Angeles. We're setting up a homestead that'll include a garden, a food forest, and animals. Please join us on our journey. It is finally raining. We've had a few days without rain. Not that unusual, but it got really hot and it was humid and no rain. So the rain is a little bit of a relief. It's kind of beautiful right now. Don't know what the weather is. Can probably check my watch. My watch says it's still 85, but it feels so much better. Walking down to the chicken area just to check on the chicks. It's only 4 o'clock. I usually check on them between 5 and 6 at night. Make sure they have their food and water for the night. But since it's starting to rain, I thought I should go out now before it gets worse. All happy and content. Looks like they have enough water. Well, it looks like they have enough food. I have to check their water. But I might give them more water as I might give them more food as well. They are happy to get fresh food and water. And here they are, looking so grown up. Still not thrilled with this food dish because they do tend to kick into it. But the other one I just think isn't big enough for all of them. So Sean is going up on top of the pump house, up to that black water tank, which is leaking today. So we've turned the water off. We consulted with Martin because we had no idea. And he recommended that there's a way to fix it. So Sean is up there trying to fix it today. Jess fed all the dogs, and I don't know if you saw the cat running away, but she was eating the leftover food, which I don't mind if the dogs aren't going to eat it. But there's Mama. As you can see, Mama's gained a good amount of weight. She's still quite thin, but she's gained weight. Baby over here just refuses to gain weight. When I try and feed her 2 meals a day, she just won't eat it. And so she's still quite thin. Would love to take her to the vet, but I think it'll be way too traumatic for her to put her in the car. So as long as she's eating every day, I'm going to leave her and just try and fatten her up somehow. And then Blanca was here, but she took off. Not exactly sure where she went. So today we're in the soon-to-be new chicken area. We got this ramp. We don't think it's going to work. We were trying to reduce, reuse, recycle. So we were going to reuse. But we did put up new chicken wire here. Took us a little while to get everything down. It was kind of gross. And then we took down the door. We've got a screen for the door we're going to put up next. But I don't think we're going to do that today. Once we get the door on, I think we can bring the chickens in here. They're pretty much fully feathered. I'll walk by and show you in a second. And we're going to basically lock them in this room for a couple of days. We need to put rice hulls down, which is going to mean a car full of rice hulls next. And then we'll put them in here for a couple of days, get them used to this as their home. We'll have roosts up here of some sort before we do that. And then we will put a ramp down here. We're actually thinking about using the metal door that we were talking about using out there previously as just a ramp for them. Just laying it up. It's super heavy. It shouldn't fall. And that way they can get in and out. If anyone who has experience with chickens wants to tell me why I should not move them over here at this point, I don't think any predator that can get them in here can't get them where they are now. My only issue with predators at this point, I think, are snakes. We've only seen one coral snake and haven't seen any vipers or anything. So I think they'll be okay. We haven't seen any boas or vine snakes, but we know the vine snakes are around here somewhere. And that's where we're at with this area. It still needs some work, but it's looking like it's a possibility soon. Still trying to figure out how many boys, but I guess it's too early to know. I was supposed to have started with 6 boys and 12 girls. We now have 2 boys and 12 girls. We now have 9 total. But that one in the back is much bigger than the others and does seem to have a higher crown, so we'll see. Here we have another banana flower coming through. The original one is here. It doesn't look like it's growing too many bananas. But right in front of it is another flower coming through. So we'll have to see what that brings. We found at the far end of our pasture a mango tree. The mangoes look a little small, but we don't know what kind of mangoes, and I guess there are a bunch of different kinds. So there's a whole bunch of mangoes on the tree. All over the place. It's a huge tree. So now we're going to cut into the mango. That doesn't look so good, but it's definitely ripe. And we will see what it looks like inside. Thinking I cut this way. Oh, wow. Looks a little overripe, but actually looks delicious. Smells pretty good. Now for the real test. If it were chilled, it would be perfect. So glad we have mangoes right out of our yard. So this week we spent some time on the yard with our new weed eater. It is slow going because the yard is so overgrown. Our water tank broke, as you saw in the video. Jean has worked on it, but it is not yet fixed. We'll get that fixed this week. The float is broken and it was overflowing, so we've turned it off. We can still fill the tank as needed, so hopefully we'll get that fixed in the next few days. But we have changed our plans. As you may have noticed, we don't have pigs. As the food forest has gotten bigger, we have decided that pigs aren't the best animal for this farm right now. Still would like to get some pigs. Was hoping to breed pigs and sell the piglets, but it's not ideal. We really need to get an animal that's better for our pastures, and I'm going to leave it at that right now. As soon as we follow through with those plans, we will, of course, update you. If you'd like to follow along on our journey, please subscribe and hit notify, and that way you'll know every time a new video comes out. See you next week.